This is a word. God has put that spirit on the inside of you, the spirit of giving, the spirit of being kind. You have always said why when you say things about people you feel so bad or you feel a conviction, because that is not you. That is the spirit of God on the inside of you. That is the spirit of God on the inside of you. God put that spirit in you. You have the love of God on the inside of you. Embrace it. Walk with it. God put that on you. It's just like a lot of times you feel as though you have to defend yourself. But God is saying that He will defend you. He will protect you. He will never let anything, He will never let anything come up against you. Nothing will overtake you. You are chosen. You are called by God. So that means you need not fight for yourself, but to just be bold and be courageous and stand firm and stand boldly. You are chosen by God. You are called a royal priesthood. And you say that a lot of times you say, why do you feel such a compassion for things that happen in this world? That is the love of God on the inside of you. God put that on the inside of you. And that's why a lot of times God has closed doors, because the people that you are around would have destroyed what God put on the inside of you. You have the love of God. That's why you're kind. That's why a lot of times people used to probably call you, or they have called you, a pushover, because you haven't taken up for yourself. They feel like you don't take up for yourself, but you're resting in the love of God. See, you're resting because you're not quick to judge people. You're not quick to talk about people. You feel bad when you do it, because that's the love of God on the inside of you. You feel a remorse for people when people go through things. You feel sorrow for people when you see things happening in the world. That is the love of God on the inside of you. And God is saying to keep that, to protect that, because you were called and chosen. That's why people have persecuted you. That's why people have talked bad about you, because the enemy knows who you are. The enemy knows who you are more than you know who you are. You have the love of God on the inside of you. And you always have felt like you needed to defend yourself when people have said things. But if you notice, it's always been when you do defend yourself and you say things, you feel so bad inside about saying things. But God doesn't want you to feel condemned, but it's a conviction of God bringing you back to His love, because you have the love of God on the inside of you. That's why people have called you different. That's why maybe when you're in school, or maybe you're in school now, that they look at you in a different way. There's something different. When you walk in a room, you light the room up. The room is maybe dim or quiet, but when you walk in the room, you light it up. And then also it's like when you can park your car somewhere, and then all of a sudden all these cars will come like a magnet to your car. Like they'll all park around your car. There could be so much room in the parking lot, but they'll park by your car. You have something on the inside of you, and that something is the love of God. That something is what God put on the inside of you. You were sent here to help others. You were sent here to be a light of the world. You were sent here. Maybe there has been times whereas you felt like, a lot of people around you have hurt you, have treated you wrong. That was the enemy trying to break you, trying to get you discouraged, because you have a call on your life. The bigger the persecution, the bigger the call. But the call is to give glory to God. The call is for God to get the glory, because they know that whatever you do, you can't do it on your own. So it is the call of God that's on your life, and to bring the glory to Jesus, for God to get the glory. But at the same time, God will reward you, because you are chosen, you are called. So when you are persecuted, when you are mistreated, when Joseph was mistreated, he never got mad at his brothers. He never got mad at Potiphar. He never got mad at Potiphar's wife. He just endured he just endured the pain that he went through, and God rewarded him in the end. You see, you have the love of God on the inside of you. Joseph had the love of God on the inside of him. That's why he did not get angry. But you have felt like you needed to defend yourself because of what people think. You have to defend yourself. The eyes of people were watching you. So you felt like you needed to retaliate, or you needed to say something. But God is saying you need not to retaliate. You need to do anything but rest. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for Him. He will be your vindicator. He will vindicate you. The vengeance is the Lord. You need not fight for yourself, but to rest in His arms and rest in His love. You were called, you were chosen by God. There is nothing that will overtake you. God said he'll make your enemies your footstool. If you wait on him, he will make your enemies your footstool. And then also he will prepare a table in the presence of your enemies. Your enemies will come in one way and they will scatter in 7 different ways. They will run in 7 different ways. And so God is saying, be patient and wait on him. Trust him and believe. You have the love of God on the inside of you. You are called and chosen by God. That's why you have kindness inside of you. That's why when you judge people, it doesn't work for you. You cannot judge people because you feel bad on the inside, but that's the love of God. That's the love of God. Continue to walk in the light. Continue to be the light of the world. You are called, you are chosen. Do not put your light underneath a table, but let your light shine. You are the salt of the earth. God is going to protect you no matter what you go through. He is protecting you. He's never going to leave you nor forsake you. He is with you. Do not lean on your own understanding, but trust in the Lord. He will guide your path. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not on your own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. God will direct your path in all ways. You are never alone. God bless you. Be blessed in the Lord. I pray this message helps you. Share this message with others that are chosen and called by God. God bless you. Be blessed in the Lord.